Live from the Caterpillar Global Communications Center at Bradley University, this is BUTV News.
Good evening and welcome to BUTV News. I'm Megan Ruger-Smith.
And I'm Dylan Baus. Let's take a look at the news.
The COVID-19 pandemic has been a serious factor in our education these last few years, with debate and disagreement around how we should handle it. Our reporter went out to get the perspective of the average Bradley student who has had to weather this unprecedented storm.
Bradley Braves. My name is Jeannie, and today I'll be asking Bradley students how they feel that the university responded to the COVID-19 pandemic.
I think the university responded as well as it possibly could in the situation. They had some fumbles, but they recognized them and have used that opportunity to move forward in a more positive light. So,
Awesome, thank you.
Well, I'm a freshman here, so I haven't been here for that long, but so far it seems pretty good and there hasn't been any outbreaks, so it's been pretty good.
I mean, I understand that they're being forced to by state policy, although I feel like it could have been done better over the past year with either faster action, even though that would be criticized as being hasty, or with lesser restrictions and more freedom and allowing these students to be intelligent on their own rather than forcing policy down upon us.
I think it did pretty well in quarantining for a little bit to help reduce the cases, but then I like how they've been opening things back up since cases have been going down on campus. So overall, pretty good response.
I think they're doing pretty much all they can. I mean, they got mask mandates. They're forcing you to get a vaccine, otherwise you can't come back to class or the university after November? So I think they're doing pretty much all they can about it.
I think they did a pretty good job, honestly. We had a lot of control over it very quickly. I think my freshman year, it was like a huge struggle for everyone to go into that 2-week quarantine, but honestly it really helped us, and now we have a lot of in-person events, so I'm pretty happy with everything that's going on.
Awesome, thank you. With BUTV News, I'm Jeannie Hansen.
The positive and inspiring legacy wall is here on campus at the Colum Davis Library and is open to the public. Our own Anna Brandon has more.
The Legacy Wall is a digitally interactive traveling exhibit that raises awareness of the roles LGBTQ+ people have played in our shared human history. The wall features biographies and images of 125 individuals from 20 fields of contribution, along with resource links and education tools.
And has been unfortunately sitting in a warehouse since COVID, and we are lucky enough to say that Peoria, Illinois is the ones that get the LGBTQ+ legacy wall out of the warehouse and back out in the circulation to be telling about all the amazing achievements of our LGBTQ past.
The Legacy Wall is a part of the Legacy Project, which seeks to inform, inspire, enlighten, and foster an appreciation for the many roles lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people have played in the advancement of world history and culture. The Legacy Wall serves a great purpose for the LGBTQ+ community and its history.
What the legacy curriculum really is, which is all about accomplishments of LGBTQ individuals in our history, not about parts or partners or sex, but about actual historic achievements. So it's a different kind of curriculum that I think a lot of the people in our community think.
The Legacy Wall uses powerful lessons of history to spark conversations about how LGBTQ+ content inclusion can help to promote a feeling of safety and belonging in the classroom and on campus. Although the wall has been around for many years, it's ever-changing as history changes and new events occur.
In 2018, we found out that Kazimierz Pulaski was an intersex individual. For those of you who don't know, Kazimierz Pulaski was a Revolutionary War hero, a Polish Revolutionary War hero that saved the life of George Washington. And in 2018, they dug the body up, did some research, and found out that he was an intersex individual.
The Legacy Wall offers colleges an opportunity to have this unique, thought-provoking display set up in their public areas for all to visit, and especially for students to use as part of their education.
It might surprise you who actually was LGBTQ in your past. It is to show that anyone who is anybody can be anything that they want. And history can show us not only to learn from our past mistakes, but to grow from them.
The Legacy Wall exhibit will be on display through October 23rd. You can visit the display during library hours. Reporting for BUTV News, I'm Anna Brandon.
The Bradley University Chorale is back after a hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Our reporter, Denny Smith, caught up with the group and its director last Friday for their first new show.
The Bradley Choral is a touring choir made up of a diverse group of singers. Last Friday, the ensemble, along with a high school group, performed at Dingledine Music Center for the first time since the pandemic halted their activities. Director Corey Ganshu detailed what the group had done in the interim and how great it felt to be back.
We've done a good job of making virtual choir things and having rehearsals in different ways and going in the parking garage and making recordings, but to be able to make live music together, it feels awesome.
One would wonder if there was a lot of nervousness that night, but Director Ganshu says the group was thrilled to be back.
They are excited. They haven't put on their concert attire in almost 2 years, and we've had tours canceled. We were supposed to go to Prague for the last 2 summers. That hasn't happened, so they're just really anticipating tonight.
The choral is used to traveling across countries to perform, but has not been able to do so for a bit. Director Ganshu detailed their current plans right now.
We'll just kind of open up more and more as time goes, but hopefully we'll be back to touring soon and going across seas, and we're looking forward to it.
The performance last Friday featured a number of unique songs, everything from bluegrass to an Indonesian piece, and there's plenty more in store for this season.
In November, our community choir is doing the Sunrise Mass at St. Mary's, which is beautiful with string orchestra, so there's all sorts of stuff going on.
The choral and cantus have performances planned all the way through December. You can find out more about choirs by going to Bradley's website and search for music under departments and programs.
It's going to be a great show with lots of good energy from lots of young people.
For BUTV News, I'm Denny Smith.
Coming up later tonight, we hear from another organization on campus that is dedicated to bringing you Hilltop news.
Plus, after the break, we get a look at your 5-day weather forecast. So make sure to stick around to see what type of outfits you should plan out for this upcoming week.
Hey, I got your text.
Hey.
You said this was urgent? What happened?
There is a guy harassing me at work.
That can't be right. Did you try talking to him?
I did, but he wouldn't listen.
Don't tell me Did you call the police?
No, I was too scared. I just needed to get out of there. I needed to tell someone.
Well, let's just sit here for a little while and maybe calm down. Then if you want, we can go to the police station and we can talk about this more.
Okay.
Time's up. Visit projectconsent.com.
Rush this.
Hey folks, did you miss me? Well, if there's one thing I don't miss, is the cold weather. Mornings have been the coldest they've ever been thus far at Bradley, and I know that would bother a bunch of college students who have to get up early for their classes. Will the mornings continue to freeze us? Probably, but I'm going to tell you the accurate story anyway. Let's check the radar for any storms afoot. Although it looks like there is some activity going on in the upper half of Illinois, nothing to worry about at Bradley. Now, let's go check those temps. It's looking to be about 70s in our area, orange as a pumpkin. That's good for the month of October. Let's check the 5-day forecast. It's looking to be about cloudy for the first few days, then the rest are going to be rainy. Although it seems like a sad end in the 5-day forecast, let's do our best to get through the rain with some sunny smiles. Now it's time for your entertainment news with Madeline Miralegro.
Secret Time, comedian Bert Kreischer came to Peoria on October 16th for 2 shows, one at 7 and one at 9:30, and absolutely killed it in typical Machine style. Bert delivered all new material for his new tour titled the Birdie Boy Relapse Tour. He told stories about his 2 kids, Isla and Georgia, and of course, his wife Leanne. If you were lucky enough to be at the second show of the day, which I was, just a subtle flex, you got to hear 2 new stories all about his life, ranging from his trip on a flight where he abandoned his daughters and wife to go sit in first class, to his story about his dog Priscilla that brought him and the audience to tears. If you missed the tour or have never heard of the comedian called The Machine, his past specials are all on Netflix. Marvel fans, get ready. A new Guardians of the Galaxy character who goes by the name of Adam Warlock has finally been announced. It was announced on Twitter on October 19th that actor Will Poulter will portray the character in the 3rd Guardians film that has plans to be released in May 2023. Poulter has been in films such as We're the Millers and The Chronicles of Narnia, Voyage of the Dawn Treader. While the character Adam Warlock is new to the MCU, his introduction has been teased in past films, including Thor: The Dark World, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Fans are excited to see another new character in the series, but they should be wary of what's to come when he's introduced, because we might get to see another powerful villain. Bradley's very own Bachelorette, Michelle Young, had her premiere episode on her season yesterday on October 19th. Young made her first Bachelor Nation debut during season 18, or Matt James's season, and was actually the runner-up during that season before being sent home before the final rose ceremony. The episode consisted of Michelle meeting all of the men who are going to fight for her love in unique ways. One of the contestants showed up in a school bus to try and appeal to Michelle's career as a teacher. Before I say this next part, just know it will be a major spoiler. At one point, it was revealed that she talked with the last rival, Joe, on Instagram before he ended up ghosting her. Sounds like this season is going to be very drama-filled, so Bachelor Nation, get ready. Alec, have you ever watched The Bachelor or Bachelorette?
No.
You should. It's really entertaining. Keep watching our show because up next we have our reporter out live in Sison Hall.
And then later on, you won't want to miss out on the update of your Bradley sports. See you after the break.
It's harder whenever there's a bigger group. Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked. Thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it! I see it!
Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
We have Kaylee Chatton out in Sisson Hall to give us an exclusive interview with the Scout.
Let's toss it over to her. Kaylee?
Thanks, Megan and Dylan. I'm here at Sisson Hall with Angeline Schmelzer. Thank you so much, Angeline, for being here. She is from the editor-in-chief of Bradley Scout. Thank you so much again for being here. Now tell us, Angeline, what are some of your responsibilities as editor-in-chief of the Bradley Scout?
Yes, so as editor-in-chief, I both write stories and edit them. So I pretty much read every story that goes to publication at least once, sometimes twice. And then I publish articles to the website and get our newsletter up and running, making sure that all of the editors are doing what they need to be doing, that they're communicating with contributors, that we're communicating with each other. I lead meetings, you know, all that fun stuff.
Fantastic. Now, tell me, how many people are involved in this organization?
So we have about 10 or so editors and then another 15 or so contributors that work with us, and yeah.
Amazing. Now, how do you receive feedback from some of your viewers?
So they can comment directly on the articles on the website. They can also comment or like posts on our social media accounts. We're on Facebook and Twitter. And I mean, it's a little bit more old-fashioned, but we can, you know, get letters to the editor through our email at bradleyscout@gmail.com. You can also just email us there anytime you want. If you also have a story suggestion, if you have a comment about a particular article, we check that regularly.
Yes, I'm sure that is a very large undertaking. Now, how many hours would you say you devote to this very tedious, I'm sure at times, craft of being editor-in-chief?
I've stopped counting the number of hours
I'm sure.
that I work. It's a lot. I would say it's the equivalent to at least a part-time job in addition to being a full-time student, at least that much. I'm not gonna try and put a number to it because it's different week to week too.
Yes.
It depends on what's thrown at us that week. So.
I'm sure time management is crucial in your case.
Yes, deadline. You know, being a journalism major as well, I am well acquainted with the term deadline and getting everything that you can done under a specific amount of time.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much. That is unfortunately all the time that we have for tonight. For those of you back at home, be sure to check out the latest news and publications by visiting www.bradleyscout.com. Reporting live for BUTV News, this has been Kaylee Chatton. Back to you guys in the studio.
Dinkeldon is open again for performances, and this past weekend, various Bradley Jazz groups graced the stage. For the first time since the pandemic, Bradley hosted an afternoon of jazz featuring Bradley Vocal Jazz, the Groove Project, and the Bradley Jazz Ensemble. Directors remarked how thankful they were to be performing for a live audience once more. The talented students of Bradley have more performances to come, with orchestra performing Saturday on October 23rd, student recitals on October 30th, 31st, and November 4th, percussion ensemble November 2nd, and finally symphonic band and winds on November 12th. There truly is a performance for everyone. Be sure to support these students as they get back to performing for their live audiences.
Olivia has your sports next.
And don't miss out on how you can add some new tunes to your morning walk to class. Don't go anywhere.
Hey girl, what are you doing tonight?
Working on the marketing assignment.
Hey, you should come over and we could do it together.
I'm not so sure about that.
Why not?
I hate walking by myself at night, and your house is so far away from mine.
Girl, you don't have to walk. Call the safety cruiser.
What's the safety cruiser?
The safety cruiser is a Bradley van that comes and picks up students. I mean, I use it all the time when I come home from the library, like super late.
Okay, that makes me feel so much better. I've always hated walking alone at night.
The Hilltop Safety Cruiser is free to all Bradley students. The cruiser runs 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. daily. To use, call 309-677-2800.
Hey girl! Hey! Glad you made it safe.
If I could fly away. Oh! All right. Let's get you home.
No, I don't want to go home. But if we don't get you home now, I'm afraid we never will. That's not true.
sure you're good to drive, or do you want us to wait?
No, I only had a couple of days tonight. I'll head home after my shift.
She's on her way. You don't want her to beat us, do you?
Hold up. I just need a break.
Hi, I'm Olivia Clausen. Welcome to sports. Senior Deshaun Henry and sophomore Rank Mast of the Bradley men's basketball program were named to the All-Missouri Valley Conference preseason team, announced by the conference today. As a team, Bradley was selected 6th in the annual preseason poll. The Braves have won 2 of the last 3 Missouri Valley Conference tournament crowns and qualified for its respective NCAA tournament. Another day, another honor for Bradley women's basketball super senior guard Gabby Hack, who was one of 25 student athletes named to the preseason watch list for the 2022 Becky Hammond Mid-Major Player of the Year Award. Hack is one of 4 Valley players named to the Becky Hammond Award watch list. She was also the 2021 MVC Women's Basketball Championship Most Outstanding Player after leading the Braves to their first conference tournament title and NCAA tournament appearance last season. In January, 15 student athletes will be named to the midseason watch list, with 10 semifinalists to be announced in February and 5 finalists announced in early March. The winner of the 3rd annual award will be announced in late March. The Bradley cross-country programs have momentum on their side as they head into the championship part of their season, sweeping the Missouri Valley Conference Country Athlete of the Week. Junior George Watson was named the male honoree after a school record performance at Florida State, while freshman Nicola Jansen collected the female award after leading BU at the Bradley Pink Classic on Friday. Sophomore runner Ashley McGuire has been named this week's Bradley Busy Bank Scholar Athlete of the Week, announced today after helping the Bradley women's cross country to a 3rd place finish at last week's Bradley Pink Classic. The Braves are back in action on Friday with a small contingent of runners competing at the Illini Open before the teams travel to Illinois State for the 2021 MVC Cross Country Championships on Friday, October 29th. The Bradley soccer team played to its first draw of the season after a 0-0 tie against Western Illinois on Monday afternoon. Bradley Bryce's Logan anchored the defense on that day, recording 4 saves to earn his 2nd clean sheet of the season. BU finished the contest with a slight edge in shots, 13-12, while each team had 4 corner kicks on the afternoon. Bradley returns to conference action this weekend, hosting SIU Edwardsville. Kickoff at Shea Stadium is set for Saturday at 7 p.m. Now let's take a look at some college hockey and their philanthropic mission. Bradley Hockey had their D3 Pink Out Night this past Friday to raise awareness and funds for the fight against breast cancer, which they have been supporting throughout the month of October. D2 played away at SLU and won Friday night 9-1 and Saturday 8-1. D3 played close home games against UW Platteville and lost Friday night 3-4 and Saturday 3-5. Check out Bradley's hockey social media accounts at BU Braves Hockey to learn more about their upcoming games and how to support them in the fight against breast cancer this month. All right, next up, your upcoming events on the Hilltop. Don't click away.
Hey, it's Ava, and this is Tess from Vivo's Do It Yourselfie, where we recreate the hottest looks from today's biggest music videos.
After cleaning out our closet, we have a lot of clothes we don't wear anymore.
Like this old t-shirt.
It's not garbage, it's actually a brand new rug.
And to make it, all you need to do is cut, tie, and glue.
Cut the t-shirt into strips.
Tie the strips into knots.
And glue the knots to the bath mat. I love it. Give your garbage another life.
And recycle.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
It's the time we all been waiting on. Here are some upcoming events on the Hilltop. Tonight, right after our show, the Bradley Heat is holding their Under the Influence Alcohol and Drug Educational Presentation. This is open to all students. Head over to the Marty Theater, located in the basement of the Student Center, to learn about the realities and effects of substances, plus Bradley's drug and alcohol policies. So if you are interested, you better head on over. Are you a night owl who loves to plan events? Well, applications for late-night BU positions are now open. They are looking for event coordinators, general logistics coordinators, and more. Plus, all these positions are paid. Head over to the site on your screen to apply before the deadline of October 27th. Are you needing a break? Well, APIX has an opportunity for you. This Friday, $20 a person, APIX will be taking students to Cartville for a variety of activities including go-karts, mini golf, dune buggies, and bumper boats. If you don't have a car, APIX will be meeting at the front of the Student Center to leave in groups at 3:45 p.m. Fill out their RSVP form on your screen to make sure that you get in the break we are all needing to at this point of the semester.
Are you looking for the perfect songs to walk across the quad to? Well, here at BUTV, we have the perfect thing for you. If you are a Spotify member, we have created a playlist with the songs that we feel perfectly capture the college experience. The playlist has songs such as Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, Doom Days by Bastille, and even Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. The playlist is meant to take the listener through a semester of emotions, so grab those tissues and best dancing shoes and get a listening.
Megan, I've heard rumors on campus that you may be a simp.
It is true. I do have Squirrels in My Pants. Squirrels in My Pants is our first song on the playlist. You'll be sure to check it out. Well, that's all we've got for you tonight on BUTV News. From all of us here, I'm Megan Ruger-Smith.
And I'm Dylan Baus. Tonight, we leave you with a performance by Holden Kellogg. Good night.
Thought I was smart, I thought I was right, I thought it better not to fight. I thought there was a virtue in always being cool, till it came time to fight. I thought I'll just step aside and that the time would prove you wrong. Oh, that you would be the fool, and I don't know where the sunbeams end and the starlights begin. It's all a mystery. Oh, to fight, it's to defend. If it's not now, then tell me when would be the time that you'd stand up and be a man. For to lose I could accept, but to surrender I just wept and regretted this moment. Oh, that I was the fool, and I don't know where the sunbeams end and the starlights begin. It's all a mystery, and I don't know how a man decides what's right for his own life. It's all a mystery, 'cause I'm a man, not a boy. And there are things you can't avoid. You have to face them when you're not prepared to face them. If I could, I would, but you're with him now, it do no good. I should.